All right, welcome back, COSA 1, second 8 week, folks. Professor Almeida here. Happy Wednesday afternoon. It's the day before Thanksgiving, and so I wanted to get this video out going into the break with our game plan for weeks 7 and 8. This will be my last announcement video, if you can believe it. We only have 2 weeks left together. And so when you come back from break, weeks 7 and 8 will be open and available to you starting on Monday, December 1st. Hopefully you've had a chance to catch up with PowerPoint chapters 1 and 2. And if you are done with PowerPoint chapters 1 and 2, enjoy your long weekend. So without further ado, for one last time, let's get into Canvas. Now, I want to start here with the dashboard because when you come back on Monday, if you're wondering what this SLO assessment is all about, I will give you some details in a separate announcement. So just to recap, we're currently in week 6. We've started with PowerPoint and we're covering chapters 1 and 2 on getting started with PowerPoint and then adding content. For my Monday, Wednesday folks, this morning we covered chapter 2, and then on Monday we went over chapter 1. Online folks, you know the drill. You just basically go through and complete the assignments. Do keep in mind that you need to download the resources file for SR 2.2 in order to complete step 16 on inserting an audio file. Again, you need to download both the start file and the resources MP3 file for SR 2.2. So that's week 6. And as I mentioned, weeks 7 and 8 will open together on Monday, December 1st. For week 7, we will be wrapping up PowerPoint with chapters 3 and 4 on formatting and managing and delivering your presentations. So it's pretty much the same formula. You have your chapter 3 training, your skill review for chapter 3, your chapter 4 training, your skill review for chapter 4, and then your quiz covering chapters 3 and 4. So online folks, you know what to do. Monday, Wednesday folks, when you come back on Monday the 1st, we'll go over chapter 3, and then Wednesday we'll go over chapter 4. You'll notice that you have a study guide for your COSA 1 final exam. Ignore the fact that it says Office 2019. These are the bullet points for each of your 3 capstones. You'll have 1 capstone project each for Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. We'll get to that in a moment. But if you don't remember much about Word, go back and study these concepts. And then here are the concepts for Excel that you need to study for. And hopefully with PowerPoint, it will still be fresh in your mind. And by the way, going back to this week with PowerPoint chapters 1 and 2, hopefully most of what you see is review from before in Word and Excel, and it shouldn't take you a whole lot of time to get through these assignments. All right, let's talk about week 8. If you manage to finish up PowerPoint next week, you can move on to week 8 if you don't want to wait for Monday, December 8th to roll around. And I want to start with the certificate application form. Now, if you pass COSA 1 with a C or better, you will earn a certificate of accomplishment from the college in business digital literacy. What you'll do for week 8 is fill out a PDF-based application form, and you'll submit that assignment, and it will be graded out of 0 points. You'll know that I have received your application if you get a grade of 0 points. And if there is an issue with your application form, check the assignment comments for details. For my Monday, Wednesday folks, we will fill the applications out together on Monday, December 8th. And then once you have filled out your application form, you'll see your final exam and capstones. Your final exam is just like the quizzes you've been taking all along. It's 30 questions, but you only get 1 attempt at the exam. So give yourself enough time to complete the final exam. And again, it's 30 questions. Don't back out or reload. Otherwise, whatever you had up until that point will be your final score, and I'm not going to reset anything. Okay, so again, give yourself enough time to get through the 30 questions. All right, and it's a lot like what you've been doing all along with the quizzes. Now, as far as the capstones are concerned, you have one of each from Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. The capstones are just like the skill review projects, except they're longer in scope. So, for example, with the Word capstone, it covers all 4 Word chapters. You're not going to get any hints on how to do certain things, but you can go back and look at your notes. You can look at past project instructions. You can go back, look at training sims. You can't go back and complete training sims for late credit, but you can at least go through and practice. I do have this README page for you to look at here. The capstone projects are larger in scope than the individual skill review projects. The 3 capstone projects are part of your final exam along with the objective exam. You only get 1 attempt at each capstone, so be sure to carefully check through the tasks, save your project, and close out of office before submitting. You only need to download 1 copy of your project. I've seen some folks download multiple copies of their projects and then they don't know which one they worked on. And then when they try to turn in one of the files, they end up getting a 0 because it was the wrong one. Don't do that. You only get 1 attempt. So download 1 copy, work on that one, save and close completely out of Word, Excel, or PowerPoint, whatever it is you're working on, before uploading for a grade. And if you're not sure, go back and double check. And if you're really not sure, get rid of the project file you're working on and then just download a new copy. Again, you only need 1 copy, and whatever you turn in, that's going to be your final score. Now, I won't entertain any questions about the capstones. If you go to the COS Computer Labs, the instructional assistants will not help you with your capstones. But again, you can use your notes, your reading material, past project instructions, and the web to help you. The scores are final, will not be reset for any reason. The capstones are worth 100 points as a whole. And if you've been keeping track, your final exam and capstones are worth a significant chunk of your grade. So definitely do not leave those points on the table, and they can either help or hurt you. So I wish you the best of luck with your final exam and capstones. And with that, enjoy your Thanksgiving break. And if I don't see you around, it's been a pleasure. Good luck with the rest of the course, and especially with your finals. Take care of yourselves out there, and I wish you all well on your future endeavors. And for my Monday, Wednesday folks, I'll see you back on Monday. All right, thanks for watching. Be safe out there.